Yeah, Hitler did a horrible job too. It should have been.
No, actually, he did it. He didn't do a horrible job at all.
You see, Dave, that's not a rebuttal. That's somebody who's uneducated that just spits verbal diarrhea. You actually don't know to keep on subject. That's the problem.
Okay, I'm gonna restart this.
War between the label and the artist, and oftentimes you find that the label heads will buy awards.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning, Joby. Happy Monday. week on Clubhouse this week.
I hope it's a fun and games kind of week. Like we do like games and trivia and some shit, like some fun shit. That'd be cool. You know, it's okay that we got to have a day of. We should. I want to see more of that. Bring it back to Clubhouse. I'm gonna keep trying to promote that. And when I can be a room, I'll try to do something too like that.
I completely forgot my Don't Shoot the Messenger game Friday night too. Y'all, those games are so much fun. Now, here's the thing. With Don't Shoot the Messenger, like, you have to be careful because you'll get people that don't like each other and then they start asking, like, really shitty questions. So you gotta, like, kind of you gotta give a few little parameters on it, but it's so much fun. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard as I have in those rooms.
Nice.
I would give it maybe a couple of months before playing that.
Right, yeah. It would definitely only have to be with the right crowd. Because you'd get people who would, oh, let me put this person on the spot. And I can do so anonymously.
I created a game in the Red Room that we played a few times called Truth or Lie, where you just go like in PTR order, or you can go popcorn style if people don't interrupt each other. And just basically you can make a statement that's either something about yourself or a lie. And then it helps, and the cool part about the game is it helps people detect liars. And then also and then if they're telling the truth, you get to learn something about them. So you can only just disclose what you want to, or you can just keep saying lies and try to make it sound like it's real. It's kind of fun, and then everyone votes. So after you say your statements, like serendipity, you can say, I once was a skydiver, an acrobatic skydiver, and we'd all have to vote with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't know if we can do thumbs up and thumbs downs in here anymore, but something. That'd be cool. I used to do that game. It was easy. People could be drunk, people could be high, and they could still play the game. It didn't take too much brain cells to play,
I miss being drunk. I haven't been drunk in so long. Like, I think it's been 2 years.
That's good. Congratulations.
I mean, it just kind of happens, like, no big deal. It's just, it's just, I'm like, oh, man. Just, thanks. Just kind of like you know what? It's been that long. Damn.
I'm a little bit upset that Carnival Cruise canceled rap music. I was thinking about taking one.
They canceled what?
They're not letting you play rap music?
Apparently, according to the internet.
What? I heard that too.
What communism is going on?
That's interesting. So, what? Why? Like, okay. All right, cool. I'm going to be logical about this. Why 4?
Well, pop culture is like hip hop. So like anything hip hop is like a no-go.
I guess they're just not
weird. You know what though? When I worked at the Spearmint Rhino, they wouldn't let me play hip hop music. They wanted me to stop playing any kind of rap or hip hop. It had to be like fucking like Cherry Pie and like old rock shit, Led Zeppelin shit, Korn, Deftones. But I couldn't play it. I mean, I could play R&B. That's the only thing I could get away with. I could get away with and I'm talking back in the day, Tony Braxton shit, Sade. But no, I couldn't play any Tupac. I couldn't play no Notorious B.I.G. It was crazy.
Well, they just don't want to attract a certain crowd.
Good morning, my friend. Welcome to In the Muff.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, wait, Nav, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to throw you down for just a second. Sorry, only vaginas get modded in the mouth on Monday mornings. Oh, here, Joby, let me throw you a little green bean, because you have a vagina. Only the vaginas on Monday mornings. Just because it annoys people.
What, a cranberry muff, a blueberry muff, strawberry muff, raspberry muff? What kind of muff?
Apparently girls aren't supposed to run rooms, y'all. That's what I hear on the street.
What has been the interesting? That's such a complaint.
What?
It's interesting that it's been such a complaint.
Right.
It's very interesting.
How's it going?
Good morning, Naveen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Why does he sound like Eeyore this morning, y'all? He has not had coffee. And good morning, Brittany.
I'm actually having my energy drink right now.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, I should go get my Red Bull now too. That's a great idea.
Red Bull?
I don't want to fight.
Just be
I
careful.
gotta be ready.
Just be careful because Red Bull gives you wings.
I know. I don't want to be ready, but a girl's gotta be ready to be in the ring. Ready to go.
So what is everyone's thoughts on National Guard patrolling, DC?
Oh,
Chicago.
I can't wait for it to turn into a Jet 2 holiday. Like, I want to see people get chased, hosed down. I mean, I'm telling you, it needs to happen, Naveen.
Well, I mean, look, one of the concerns I have on this is, if Trump can other presidents do that you or me or others may not like, and I think there needs to be a new conversation. I'm not saying DC is under federal control because technically it's not a state, right?
Correct.
But as far as other states go, right, we need to have a better conversation into what is truly the authority of states, cities, and the presidency, or the better said, the federal government. And I think understanding that is really, really important. But until then, Trump is saying he's going to send the National Guard to Chicago. What's he going to do in Chicago? I mean, they're saying they won't let him. Can he federalize them? Can he use them to go in there? I mean, he did it in LA, but he had circumstances protecting federal buildings. So.
But there's already a law in place that prevents him from just being able to unilaterally do it. I mean, Newsom challenged it in the California lawsuit, but because it was defined as an immigration issue, Newsom didn't win. But I think DC is different in that it does fall under his jurisdiction. He can do it in DC. Like, he didn't do anything illegal. And we actually had a guy in here named Trap. One day we did a room on it, and he was a police officer from the DC area. He said that one of the things that a lot of the people don't realize is that because DC is the national political hub, National Guard is in there almost all of the time for various different crowd control issues and stuff. He was not particularly concerned about the National Guard presence in DC. He was actually more concerned about the FBI coordinating with authorities. He said that was kind of the difference in what Trump did with bringing in the National Guard. So yeah, I don't know.
Here's the thing that I didn't quite understand. Here in California, the National Guard has been here since January. Okay,
Right.
And at the request of our governor. So to me, it's very strange that when the deportation debacle was going on, that people were jumping up and down. You're going to send the National Guard into California. Already in the city limits of Los Angeles. Palisades is not its own city. It's within the city limits of Los Angeles. What am I missing here?
Right. Yeah. I think too, like with the California thing, didn't he end up like putting troops, not just National Guard, but actually troops in there too to help with some of that rioting?
I mean, I personally don't live downtown, so I heard that there were, National Guard and military personnel down there, but I don't know the specifics of that. They did a good job controlling the crowd because, I mean, think about this serendipity, they were blocking freeways. USC Hospital is one of the only county hospitals that services this portion of the county of Los Angeles. So the fact that they're even messing with people's access to hospitals, to the freeway, I feel like the National Guard should have been sent in.
And I was going to say anything that involves federal coming in, anything with federal order, simple as moving an ICE vehicle into an area. And if people attack it, then National Guard has full jurisdiction because they protect federal assets, right? So I think you could basically use that as a calling card, right? And can anyone elaborate if that sounds correct?
Yeah, and Sean B, what you said is right. And serendipity, I just wanted to comment, you're correct that Newsom lost the case, but I don't think he lost the case because it was, when I read it, it was, his challenge, Newsom's only challenge was the right paperwork wasn't put in. But the court said that, and this is actually a Obama appointee, but basically said that though the paperwork wasn't filled out right and the request didn't come and said the notification basically that, hey, we're taking the National Guard, because it was in defense of a federal building, it is the president's sole prerogative to defend a federal building. What my concern is in Chicago, he wants to use it in the areas of Chicago where shootings are so high and all that stuff to augment the police force. Well, what would his argument be that, hey, you know what, I have the authority to go in and do it when the governor didn't give me the unilateral support? So I think he's going to rather put FBI agents and others on the ground. It's going to end up being that way, and that is a little bit more disturbing because those people aren't really equipped to handle those kinds of riots and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they're like suited guys and gals with with a gun, right? Maybe they have a bulletproof vest, but that's really it, right? So
See, my understanding with that lawsuit was that Newsom was suing him under that Posse Comitatus Act that basically says there's got to be a separation between military and civilian authority to protect like each state's sovereignty, and that was the angle that Newsom tried to take with Trump, was that he was violating the state's sovereign right to handle that situation without military enforcement, and that it was struck down because Trump ordered the National Guard and those troops in there under the immigration, and that's why it ultimately got shut down on Newsom. I don't know.
I think everything you're saying is correct. Sorry to interrupt you, Serendipity. I was just saying, I think everything you're saying is 100% correct. The only nuance in it is that the court found that Newsom was correct, that the law wasn't followed because Trump didn't write a letter saying, Governor Newsom, I am taking the National Guard from you, and there's supposed to be a notification process and a collaborative process, and unfortunately that didn't happen. He just kind of did it, and so then the lawsuit also said that because federal buildings were involved, and yes, it was immigration related.
Right.
So I think we're speaking the same thing. I think it's just there's more nuance to it, but I'm just saying in Chicago, like he doesn't have, so I think there's, a lot of people are like, oh, we're going to have troops on the ground. No, you'll probably have more FBI agents on the ground. But the question is, again, if the president is able to do this, suppose we get a Democrat president, what are they now able to do that we don't like when they get control of the White House? And that's the question.
You know what's really funny?
I guess.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to derail a little bit and say I thought it was really funny when Monica came into the room. I see a little thing at the top that says, Monica 1K joined us.
That's our sweet Monica. And I completely forgot what I was going to say, so never mind. Squirrel. That's it.
My question is, I have a question for all of you. Do you think it's going to stay though? So like what's been done in Washington, D.C. I mean, so say so the National Guard gets calmed down, all that. Is that going to stay? That's question number one. Like just any of these kinds of movements towards clearing the area, making it more secure and safe for people. My second question, which is now I'm in a blank too. I need coffee apparently. Damn it.
Let me answer your first one while you think about the second one. Trump has already said, and if you watch it this weekend, he addressed the people and he said, I am right now spending infrastructure money to fix your roads, to fix the infrastructure around so that we don't have homeless people loitering in different areas, so that we have cleaner streets and we can give you more funding to the police officers and others. So, Trump is trying to use this. It's kind of like with the border, right? Close the shit down, right? All right, now we stop the flow in. now let's clean up all this shit, right? And so he's kind of just, that's his mentality. And that's going to work in DC, but it's probably not going to work in New York or Chicago. Maybe Adams lets him do it in New York in exchange for an endorsement. But other than that, I don't think it's going to happen in any other.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was actually really excited to welcome
too much. Well, the one thing that I heard is a concern coming from a respectable person that we all know. My friend Brand mentioned that his concern is that giving more power to law enforcement, one thing we don't want to see happen again is where they cross a line and we have another Rodney King kind of disaster. I think it's actually a very valid concern. I hope that I'm sure that it's clear and present to what they can and can't do to maintain law and order. But too much power could be concerning in this situation. Is that a good argument, or is that
under?
It is a good argument, Sean. Comparatively to other states, not so much DC. I guess like my thing with DC is Naveen expressed like interest, like if he's doing this now, what are our future Democrat presidents going to do? Again, what he's doing in DC, he completely has the authority to be able to do. He's not violating any rules, and the DC National Guard is actually trained differently than the National Guard in other states. So I feel like the DC National Guard is more equipped and prepared to act and monitor the way that the civil authorities are trained to act and monitor in DC, because they help out so much with crowd control for different events. I mean, it's our national political hub. So they're a lot more, they fall under that federal jurisdiction, and I think their training is different as opposed to like specific state National Guards.
Unless the Speaker of the House tells them not to show up like January 6th. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to say, like, there's a lot of different police entities also in DC. I got stuck in the middle of a protest there, horrible, and it was a violent protest. I was trying to get to the train station, and Amtrak has their own like police presence. And there might have been, 40 Amtrak police that were lining the perimeter of Union Station. And then the park police were the ones that were engaging with the protesters. And actually, like, that's where some of the fighting, like physical fighting, was occurring. Like, there's just so many different entities. We don't think about that. We just think like the DC police, but they're already operating in DC other armed law enforcement, if that makes sense. I also wanted to say that I just saw on the news they interviewed, as they're looking at the other cities that he may go into, and they interviewed the head of the Fraternal Order of Police in Philadelphia, which I pray they come in because it's a shit show. And he's like welcoming. He said we work with the federal law enforcement all the time. We have a great relationship with them, and we'd be perfectly fine. Like we welcome it. So I think if you listen to the actual people in law enforcement, they're positive about it. It's just in DC, the 90% of the citizens that are Democrats that live there that decided to go nuts on the subject.
And this may be another one of Trump's political geniuses. So what I mean by that is, Trump brought up these small issues that every American could address, like what was happening with illegal immigrants. Okay, Kate Steinle, if you remember in 2016, who got killed by an illegal immigrant, and local issues like the one he brought up during this campaign, which was resolved right after the election. I forgot their name, right? The lady who we named the park after in New Mexico, right? He brings up these issues and he forces the Democrats to have to either agree with him that, yes, this is an issue we need to do, which the average person would look and say, like you said, holy shit, parts of Philly is a shithole. Like, someone's got to do something, right? But then no one does anything, right? So I think, he may be a genius in the sense of doing it and then forcing those states to have to defend criminals and others. and then everyone just goes, what the hell's wrong with you? Why can't you call these people out? Why can't you say sorry for allowing them? It's fascinating, Abby, when you say that. I kind of...
It's not even just that, like, it's some of these other cities, like, you cannot go to Camden, New Jersey. You take your life in your hands. It's even scary driving through it to try to get from Philly to the turnpike in Jersey. I mean, if you break down in Camden or have to stop even for gasoline, good luck. So, I mean, there are places that are in great need of it, and their policing has just not gone anywhere. I mean, I would probably argue that with some other cities in Jersey as well, maybe with Newark, and I mean, I can see it, and I think you really have to look at who's in DC, who lives there, who lives in the district, and some of the areas that are in great need of policing. Like, you know, I mean, maybe I assume you go to DC. I go to DC a lot. I can't walk around like I used to. I mean, it's coming, like, leaving even like a Capitals game and going back to my hotel. It's not the same. I don't walk at night like I used to there.
And where is this at, in Philly?
No, well, Philly's a whole other story. Like, that really has issues in the center city. I was talking about DC, where they are now. I mean, it's not the same as it used to be walking around at night. And the areas in DC that they revitalized, you know, that they put all this money in are, you know, crap again. Some of them, like the 14th and 15th around Rhode Island, that whole area got changed, and now it's rough again. But yeah, Philadelphia for sure. Down Center City is that you've got. You know, I hate using this because it sounds like I'm just coining a trite term, but you have a Soros DA that has just, you know, let repeat offenders out. People are not going to jail. The cops are arresting them, but they're out on the streets, and the downtown is rough. I can't walk at night also like I used to. It's not the same. So it's welcomed, and from what I heard today, it'd be welcomed by the police there. Sorry, I'm talking back and forth between two cities.
Do you guys feel like it's more dangerous now than it ever has been?
In these cities?
It's everywhere, just like a U.S. thing. It's like a U.S. thing.
That's interesting, because I lived in D.C., in that area that I was just talking about.
$6.44 per day.
Okay, but can somebody invite Joe on stage? Because I'm trying to figure out what she mean by the birth rate for whites are about to explode. What that's supposed to mean?
That's what they
I don't
want.
understand
That's
what the fuck you talking about.
Nah, they definitely want more births. That's what this whole thing has been about. They want more births. They want white folks to have more babies. That is a fact. That is out. And I said this before, this whole deportation thing. Let me tell you something, see. I will drag your fucking weird ass around this motherfucker. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. Because you the one that's on assistance because you retarded. Okay. That's the problem. You get SSI. I'm in the chat. Fucking playing with me, okay? Alright, let me look in the chat. I'm gonna ignore you from this point on. But keep my name off your fucking thumbs, you weird ass bitch. I'm gonna start dragging your dumb ass. I'm gonna make you cry. I suggest you leave me alone. Thank you. But what the fuck wrong with you, hoes? You're white. You're a white woman. You need to be outside protesting with all that goddamn mouth and all that fast talk that you be doing. You need to fucking do something with your white skin. Stop talking to us black people. We don't have your privilege, white lady. Okay? There's things that you can do that we can't. Do it. Stop talking to us. Thank you. How much does it cost? You ain't fucking Woody. I need to go outside, hold hands with a motherfucking sign and tell them to do something. Cause y'all both get on my fucking nerves. I'm sick of y'all. Yes, I'm bringing you up in it. Cause that's your girlfriend and you need to get that bitch under control. Sick of y'all, both of y'all.
I'm sick of both the UNC.
What? Water.
Yeah, so that's why your dumb ass is underwater right now.
I'm just.
Child. Oh, yeah. All I told this bitch was to stay on mute. And she wouldn't go off on me. I will beat you up in real life. Stop playing with me. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all get courage on the internet. I don't have that type time.
Yeah, don't get that too much more energy, man. We used to having a good. We used to having.
Yeah, I don't know if she's on the phone or not, but she needs to shut the fuck up. For real. I'm tired.
You got an issue.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, see, control your fucking self in the chat, please, so we're not distracted.
So I'm trying to figure out, Joe, what you mean, though. You said that white people are going to have explosive birth rates, but now you're saying that your kids are Hawaiian and your grandkids are black. Well, how does that equate to the white people having fucking explosion of birth rates? I need to understand it. I'm really confused right now.
I don't know. I'm doing a million things at once.
Yeah, she's probably a white supremacist. That's all. So she loves, trying to meddle in these chats all the time. That's all.
I
Yeah.
never heard that. The last I heard, they was dying out. So.
Nah.
Maybe she knows something that
she's excited for more whites because she just comes into these rooms and trolls about quote-unquote school choice and how crime in black communities is up and all that kind of shit. She's another fucking white racist lady on this app. She provides no value other than her paid ops talking point.
And look, Brooklyn, don't none of y'all allow somebody to pigeonhole y'all into this black on black crime. There's white on white crime, there's Asian on Asian crime. I think when they first hit us with that, we don't even stop and think. It's white on white crime. I mean, crime is crime. Yeah, don't let them. They do that to fuse you and confuse you when they say shit like that. That's what's gonna happen. You go in any black area, any white area, and whatever the murder rates are, those are white folks killing white folks. Like stop it. Don't let them get y'all off, man. I got a whole list of their distraction tactics, and that's number one. And people go in these arguments about black on black crime. That's a fake out here. Don't go for it, child. Y'all gotta be smarter than that.
Definitely don't. Don't fall for that, because I already know my crime work. So that never bothered me ever before, but it's just like when people try to make it seem like this is just isolated incident, like they people ain't fucking just as violent, if not more violent. That's when I be like, okay, now let's come to reality. Cause now you're just lying. And let me tell y'all, MAGA people, something that's in the chat. I do not feel like, I think that it would be perfect if everything that you believed in was the truth, but you base your whole life off of a lie. I don't understand. And you troll. Like, you are grown adults on the internet trolling like children. Why do you think that you need respect? You don't get any. Because honestly, yes, real life gotta suck. Because ain't no fucking way in the world I'm just gonna be living the best life that I could possibly live and get on the internet and get on people's nerves. Now, that means